What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Trick 10s. Today, we're gonna be putting some pods on. I'm gonna give you a quick run through of this boat, show you what's going on with it already, then I'm gonna get to work. All right, guys, so this is a brand new 2021 1648 Tracker Grizzly. It's got some LED lights up front, Minn Kota power drive trolling motor. It's got the desert camo hydroturf installed in here. Did a pretty good job. It looks pretty solid. Everything about the boat is stock. It only comes with this one storage compartment up front here. And I'm assuming that he's got the battery for this trolling motor in there. It's locked, but he did a good job installing the turf. This is exactly how the boat comes stock, minus the turf. These are nice, well-built, thick hulls. They're heavy boats. He mainly uses this boat for duck hunting, and the setup is probably perfect for him because he has a huge floor space and it's a welded boat. This back bench area, storage compartment, is something that he added or had someone add for him. Just a piece of wood, but it's got a nice hydraulic piston on here to hold it open. And overall, I'm pretty impressed with the turf work and everything he's got going on in here. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be installing these pods. It's got two brand new beaver tail pods. So I'm going to clean this back end up and I'm going to weld these pods on here. It does have a gator glide on the bottom of it. So I am going to have to take some of that off around this bottom area over here and clean it up. But he's got some more touch up and he's going to do the bottom of these pods anyways. So I'm gonna get back to work. All right, guys, so what I did, I clamped this piece of 2-inch square tubing across the top here just to keep them nice and flush across the top so they'd be even. But basically I started out with this bottom corner right here. I want to keep this flush so there's no drag. Obviously these pods don't fit perfectly. They're all made off an assembly line and none of them are pre-made to fit your boat exactly. These are actually probably made for a flat bottom boat, because you see how it tapers down on the hull right there. But either way, they're gonna work fine. So basically, I started at this corner. I wanna keep that corner nice and flush. I tacked it here, I knew it was gonna pull and break on me. So then I went ahead and did the same thing on the opposite side. I tacked this bottom corner on this side again, and made sure that was flush. So the other part of it is gonna be figured out by keeping the top of this perfectly flat across the top. So then I clamped these clamps onto here to hold it flat across the top. And then I put this strap on the inside. Because what was happening was the heat from these welds on this side right here, it was wanting to pull outward on me. It was trying to lean out. It was creating a gap up inside of here. So with the strap, I put this strap on here and tightened it up. It's got a lot of tension on it. What it's doing is it's sucking these in, pulling them in tight. Still got a little gap in there, but I can fill that without no problem. So now comes the fun part. I gotta weld these things on here solid. This is definitely something that I would not recommend a novice welder try to attempt because it's not easy. These welds they're kind of a pain in the ass, but it's not gonna weld itself. It's time for me to get back to work. All right, so as you can see, I just welded the bottom sides. I didn't weld those first because they're the most fun. I welded them because they're the hardest. I wanted to go ahead and get them out of the way while my body was still fresh and my neck wasn't hurting and I wasn't aggravated from having some problems somewhere else. It turned out really good. I may not be the best welder, but that's not an easy weld at all to do. And I think it turned out really great. Now that the bottoms are done, I'm gonna go ahead and attack the sides, the top, and then the insides, which actually, the hardest weld out of all of these I have left is gonna be this one right here. Not only because it has a small gap in it, but because this motor's in the way. When I weld, I like to have my head on this side because I'm right-handed, so I can come into it. The motor's gonna block where I would like to have my face so I can see this weld. I might end up having to weld part of this left-handed. We'll see. All right, she's all done. These top welds are definitely the hardest welds. They turned out pretty decent. Could have been a little better if this motor was off here, but it's all good. Weld is solid. Good. I think he's gonna be real happy with this. I'd love to see if anybody else has TIG welded on some pods like this. I would love to see pictures or videos because it's not an easy thing to do. And I feel like I did a pretty good job. But I mean, these suckers, these things are on there. They are not coming off of here. You could park a tank on them. I'm gonna clean this up and I'm gonna get on to the next project. It's time for me to get back to work. All right, so she's all cleaned up. Ready to roll. All in all, this job took me right around 4 hours. It's a nice little Suzuki 99, 20 horsepower ECU upgrade. Trackers are nice boats, heavy duty boat, durable, all welded. He does have a pretty cool CMC jack plate here. This one actually has tilt and trim in it. It's not a hydraulic up and down, it's a hydraulic tilt and trim. It's pretty sweet. It's time for me to get back to work though. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.